Welcome back, and in video number 2 in our series on how to make sure your contents insurance claim gets paid, we're looking at the second thing to do, and that is to regularly update. Things change, lifestyle changes, usually our incomes go up, our lifestyle improves, and with that we spend more money on purchasing more and more expensive goods. We replace the old TV with a new one, we replace the old lounge suite with a flash new one, and so it goes. But very often we forget to update our contents insurance, and if it comes to a claim situation, we could be woefully underinsured and deeply out of pocket. The insurance companies themselves give us a rough guide that contents insurance should represent roughly 40% of the replacement value of your home. To give you an indication, if your house were $485,000, then your contents may be about $194,000. But how do you know the value of all the things at home? Well, I suggest using a detailed guide, because that will give you an indication of values, but probably more importantly, it will prompt you not to forget certain items which easily fall by the wayside because we don't see them all the time. What kind of a guide am I talking about? I'm talking about a contents insurance valuation form. What a mouthful. It's basically a list that gives you an opportunity to look at what you have and just write in the value that you think that it is, or that you can deduct from looking at any receipts you have. Now, in this particular form, which I got off one of the insurance companies, they have listed the price for these details in an average home and then a above average home. But this form is already a few years old, and I would think that these values are a little bit on the light side, so you might find that your values are a little bit higher. Nothing wrong with that. This is basically just to prompt you and to give you an indication. The important thing is that you include all the items, and just as a reminder, I've mentioned a few here that could easily be forgotten, like your toiletries and cosmetics. They can run up to hundreds and hundreds of dollars, so could your medicines. Even something as mundane as your bathroom scales are easily $50, $60, sometimes more. Your ironing board, cleaning materials, all that adds up. You're looking at the kitchen, all your cutlery, utensils, pots, pans and bowls, but also the groceries. If you think about the non-perishable stuff when you're looking at cans and packaged foods, but also what's in the freezer, that would be worth several $100s, I would think. Naturally, you'd be looking at all your china, your silver, crystal, if you have. Things that are often forgotten are lamps, and you have them in all rooms, so that's quite a bit. Your clocks, your watches. If you're looking at the bedroom, linen, bedding, blankets, they amount up to hundreds of dollars. Think about all the beautiful, fluffy, thick towels. They're worth a mint. Everybody insures their computer, but a lot of people tend to forget the software. And if you run fairly sophisticated and expensive software on your computer, that is something else to think about. If you're looking at your exercise equipment, whether it's being used or collecting dust in a corner, it's worth quite a bit, so it should be noted. The same with musical instruments, whether they're stationary like a grand piano, or whether you're looking at portable ones like a guitar or a clarinet or a violin. That should all be noted. If you're looking at clothing, don't forget the footwear. That can be quite expensive, and when you just think about these brand name sneakers, they can run into the hundreds of dollars. If you're looking at paintings and pictures, a word of caution in regards to your paintings. Anything that's above $1,500, $2,000, you should get a valuation on that, and you should update that every 2 years, just to stay on top of things and not be caught out if anything gets destroyed or stolen. Naturally, if you wear glasses or contact lenses, they should be included. Any fancy, expensive sunglasses. Of course, all of the baby stuff and the toys and the prams and so forth, and the children's toys and equipment, fans, heaters, if you're looking at traveling, your bags, suitcases, purses. So there's a whole raft of things that, just because it's not in our face all the time, we tend to forget but it should all be listed. You actually may be very surprised about how much you do own when you do this exercise, and I encourage you to go through this. It doesn't actually take too long, and you will then have a pretty accurate document of what your contents is worth. The next step is then to give this contents valuation to your financial advisor or broker, and he or she will update your policy with the insurance company. Now, if you found you were underinsured, it was definitely a truly worthwhile exercise, because now you will have an updated contents policy. Now, I can see the thought forming in your mind, well, wouldn't the policy now become much more expensive? As you know, for argument's sake, let's say you had $100,000 of contents insurance and now you find out it's $185,000. Wouldn't the premium almost double? Well, not necessarily so, and in an upcoming video I'm going to talk in detail about some clever ways to reduce your contents insurance premium. So please stay tuned and keep watching these videos. Where do you get a form like that? Well, naturally the first port of call would be you ask your financial advisor or broker. If you don't have one, or if your current broker does not have one, then please email me at contactwellington.insurance@gmail.com and I'll be happy to send you a contents valuation form. So that's it for this video, and I look forward to seeing you in video number 3. Thank you for watching, and please take a moment to read through the disclaimer note which is coming up now. Goodbye.